I have been so happy to have had the privilege of bringing you frequent updates as to what has been happening in the world of travel and specifically in cruising because, boy, I tell you, the activities in cruising, as much as the fact that there is not a passenger sailing cruise, well, actually, I stand corrected, but we'll get to that later on in the story. But for the most part, cruises are not sailing with passengers, but the cruising industry remains in the news in a way that we would never imagine. So we're 3 months into what has been a life-changing experience, and over that period, here at Share Fantastic Travels and Resorts Limited, we have had the pleasure of carrying you all sides of this story as they unfolded, complete with the joys and the sadness. And very happy that you have stayed with us, you have been following with us, and also very excited to announce that Traveling with Sheri is now available for you to join on Facebook. It's our travel group. It's on Facebook. You just need to send a request to be a member, and of course, I'll let you in. Here we'll talk about everything pertaining to travel. You can ask your travel questions. You can ask for updates, events, pretty much anything in the world of travel. Hey, even share your travel stories. We really would appreciate the engagement. So that is Traveling with Sheri on Facebook. Ask to be a member and we'll be happy to add you. Now, it seems as though the world has gone a little bit silent. I think as the summer solstice kicks in, we're expecting an eclipse of some sort. It's the longest day of the year, June 21st, and summer is here, guys. Summer is here. But summer will not be as active and as busy and as out there as we're accustomed to, because we still have to be practicing social distancing, and we also still need to take good care of ourselves. But whatever you do, this June 21st, make it count. My memory of the longest day in the year was way back when I lived in Barcelona, and we had a big party. I think we were in Cubellas, possibly. It was amazing. And being Jamaican, the days are pretty much the same in terms of length. Yes, in the summertime it gets dark a tad bit later, but nothing to talk about. Not so in Spain and not so in North America. And I remember we had sunlight all the way until about 10:30 p.m. So that was my first experience of such a long day. And of course, the sun rose pretty early the following day. So happy summer solstice to those who are looking forward to the summer season. And of course, there is a thought that with heat, the virus will become less prevalent. Medically, scientifically, the views differ. But whatever it is, you enjoy this season that we have together to enjoy. And of course, right on the heels of that, we want to congratulate the government. They have settled the process of re-entry as far as I see. And so at this moment, we do have in Port Royal 2 ships docked. Rhapsody of the Seas from Royal Caribbean, and also we have got the Disney Wonder. They are in Port Royal, guys. I wish somebody could do me a huge favor and just send me the image of both ships docked in Port Royal. And I do hope that as the government has been listening to our videos about home porting, they would become strategic in looking at cruising in a totally different way. Because if you think about it, we have two vessels docked in Port Royal. And with just a slight change of the layout, temporary changes even, or permanent, depending on the capital to be raised from this activity, we could home port in Port Royal. And that would give Kingston a totally different life. I say this, and I know we've said it before, but as I look at what has happened with the CDC and CLEAR, we are sitting on a gold mine. CLEAR, Cruise Line International Association, which basically is the governing body of cruises around the world, of which I'm a member, they have just extended the no cruise. It's a voluntary extension of the no cruise mandate to its members, not until September 15th. And now, you all know I've been saying this, that we do not perceive cruising before 2021. And true to form, the dates are shifting. I remember I was talking to a merchant just this last week in Ocherius. And when I said, expect nothing big in terms of the return of ships to Jamaica, to Falmouth and Ocherius, Montego Bay, etc., I can tell you his eyebrows almost hit his forehead. But it's true. And you will see that the cruise lines have been moving their start date 30 to 60 days into the future every time the last set date draws closer. Now, Carnival Corp, they got themselves in a little bit of a bunch, because having made a grand announcement that on August 1, 8 of their vessels would start sailing again from Port Canaveral, Miami, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale perhaps, they had to do a backpedal. And also the response was a little bit shaky, but we understand. We're not here throwing blame and, punches, not at all. As the term goes, it is a seriously fluid situation. But they were very ambitious. And ambitious you must be. I mean, if you own a company like Carnival Corporation, you must be ambitious. So the big wish, the big hope, the big expectation was that come August 1, 8 ships would be now sailing from North America. This would have been in keeping with the CDC's suggestion that the ceasing of sailing would go to July 24th. Now, Carnival's CEO had to come back out and make a valiant statement that they really have no idea as to when cruising from North America will resume. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the operative statement: cruising from North America back to home porting strategically. Look where Jamaica is. It's a hop, skip, and a jump from all eastern US gateways: Atlanta, New York, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Boston, New England. Hop, skip, and a jump to Jamaica. 2 nights in Jamaica, enjoying the sights and the sounds of what is already the most fabulous country in the Caribbean anyway. And then onto your 4-night cruise. You come back, spend another day or two, and you fly home. The economy would benefit. Life in Jamaica would improve tremendously. And this is not even a subtle hint. This is me screaming, home port, home port, home port. Is anybody listening? Now, big news in the cruising industry is that Hurtigruten, the Norwegian-based cruise line, had their first sailing just this last week. And one of the interesting things, I learned a lot about Hurtigruten during our time at Cruise World in 2019, was it? 2018, 2019. And the fact that they are all into cleaner emissions, and they have upgraded their vessels, and they have two new babies on the seas that have a fuel structure made from fish gut and fish insides. That's interesting. And so that's what's powering their very clean vessels. So they have set sail, and it makes us happy to see that somewhere in the world, cruising is happening. MSC, I love MSC. It's one of those brands that really, really offers a game changer in the industry. Registered in Switzerland, based in Italy. The Med is their playground, has been for a very long time. They are setting to sail sometime in September, doing Mediterranean cruises. And at this point, they are calling crew back. As a matter of fact, they're even looking for other crew. And one of the challenges that crew will face is the ability to move around. And so if they can get crew pretty much, from anywhere who can join them in Barcelona or even to be in Europe, then they will be able to start up operations once more. Now, just to add to that, for any Jamaican crew who might be ready to go back to sea, you were probably expecting to renew your contract anywhere from March, April, May, June, and that's not happening. And your colleagues are still on their vessels on other lines, still trying to get home. It's not a bad idea. Now, here at Sheri Fantastic Travels and Resorts Limited, we have a direct flight from Kingston, from Montego Bay into Brussels, and that will be resuming thanks to our friend Karen, who is at the Embassy of Jamaica in Brussels. She was able to give us the update that our Brussels flight with TUI resumes, I think, about the 10th of July. So we are ready to get people back into Brussels and on to Spain or Genoa, Italy, to join MSC. So you need to talk to us. Now the news is slowly floating out that Carnival Cruise Lines is about to sell 6 of their vessels. We're still awaiting a little bit more detail as to what ships there are. But of course, you all can understand that modern is the go word now in the world of cruising. Heck, it's modern for everything. And so even without naming names, I know sometime not so long ago, Carnival made an announcement of the refurbishing of their older vessels and even the adding of features that would make them more Vista class ready. Now, with all these changes, and of course with the fact that Carnival, along with other cruise lines, have been losing somewhere in the region of $5 million per month, based on the fact that they have had to be doing maintenance and operation without paying gas. They are really burning through a lot of their reserves, and so it is no surprise that they have come to decision to offload 6 of their vessels. Stay with us here. As soon as we have the names of those ships, we would be more than happy to let you know. And in that same breath, Royal Caribbean has also made an announcement that the revitalization of their ships that were scheduled for this period will not take place. So you know that their base was added to the Oasis of the Seas after that misfortune in the Bahamas, and them sending her back to Spain to get the job done properly. The Allure, her sister ship, was scheduled to receive the same treatment, Independence of the Seas, and some others. Well, that projected activity has been cancelled. So, Royal Caribbean will not be doing those refurbishing jobs as was slated. The ships will remain as they are. I would imagine just a little bit of a touch up, but nothing as extravagant as was initially planned. So, lots of changes. The Virgin Voyages, they, of course, new to cruising, still have not had one paying guest sail. They will resume in October, but their second ship had her float out just sometime last week. So the Scarlet Lady should have been dominating the seas over the last few months. She instead has been docked with her crew and still trying to find her way through, while her sister ship is still on target with construction. And so, as first mates, we hope to not only be selling the Scarlet Lady, but her sister ship as well, going into the 21-22 season for sailings, 2021-2022. And we still have the Book with Confidence opportunity going on for all persons wishing to sail, which allows you up to 48 hours to cancel your sailing without any penalty. So take advantage of that. And of course, on the resort side, there's so much happening. There are opened hotels in Jamaica. Our airport is open in Jamaica. There is a health protocol to be followed, and there is a government website that we will put in the description below that you will need to go and indicate your interest to travel and have that document that you receive authorizing same on hand to be presented to your airline before departing your port, your airport city. Failing that, you will be denied boarding. On June 15th, at least 22 persons who attempted to fly on American Airlines were denied that opportunity because they did not have the filed documents. So we want you to come to Jamaica, but we want you to follow the established protocol. So the Rio Ocho Rios recently refurbished less than a year ago. Really beautiful. They took their first guests on the 15th, and so did the beach property at Iberostar, Moon Palace. And we have Sandals. I think we have at least 3 Sandals properties that are open, taking clients, and people are happy. At this point, up to the end of June, you will, after being temperature checked and all of that at the airport, you'll be expected to remain at your hotel for the first 48 hours. And you will also be in what the Jamaican government has described as a travel bubble. And so your movement should be within the parish that you are staying. So if you have come to Ocho Rios, you are allowed to travel within the parish of St. Anne. If you go to, say, the Iberostar Beach, you'll be able to travel throughout Montego Bay. And so you can indicate in the comment section below your area that you'll be staying, and we would be more than happy to provide our list of attractions and activities that you can realize in those ports, in those hotel districts. So much to see and do in Jamaica. You really don't have to go far to have a good time. And that's what we offer here. So business is coming back. Life is coming back to normal. The local tripping experience is open for business, open for booking. We should have some amazing footage and videos going forward, but do consider local tripping to give you an off the beaten track Jamaican immersive experience that will take your breath away. That's how it is today on the Daily News.